Well, hello everyone. Oh wait, do I still have that old, wheel thing up from earlier today? Yeah, I probably gotta take that down. That will confuse people. So anyway, welcome to stream. This looks a little different probably than what you're used to. Because, well, I am working on emote things, and the most efficient way to do this is with a stylus. I'm not going to be doing anything freehand today. Maybe someday we'll do something like that, but for now... No, unfortunately I don't. So just keep in mind, this is going to be a little bit more of a laid-back and grindy kind of stream. So, you know, if you want to go do something else or you need to go sleep, you know, you can go do that. Otherwise, you can just chill out, relax, listen to some obscure chiptune music, like SNES-style music you've probably never heard of. All this, of course, is going to be from S&W Central tonight. So I'll send you a link to any of the music we use tonight. Like this one that we used in our little intro. You know, I should work on a tier 2 at some point. We need something at some point. So I've already worked a little bit on this emote previously, and I made a little bit of progress on it. Let me see if I can find it. Let me open this up and bring it down. So I've made a little progress on it, you can see. We got some of the frames done, but we're still kind of working on it. This is what I actually wanted to release today, instead of the standee one. But, yeah, it takes time. I know, I should eventually have some bit badges. That's an idea. No, I don't think we're gonna be going, that late. I'll come up with something. How about that? We'll come up with something. I'm not sure yet. It's not gonna be super long. Oh, did I still have the Yoshi color one up? Oops. We're gonna just turn that off. Thank you. Sorry about that. Well, so much for kind the raid, I guess. What a bunch of jokers. Yep. Don't mind these. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, what were these? Oh, these are personal sticky notes. These are like work notes. Okay, there's nothing even personal on these. This is just like scrambled notes I have for myself. I think that one about you was about, stuff you needed that I accidentally never gave to you in Minecraft. Oops. Fair enough. Oh, is there? I wonder if that's my CPU fans. Oh, no. Okay, no. Oh, you're talking about real life. Okay, cool. I thought it was, like, for mine. Okay, so where was I? I gotta get my bearings here. So we were, I'll show you a little bit of what I'm doing. I'm using my video editor for part of this process. That's partly how we're gonna do this. Yes, the thing is, I had to record this in Movie Studio. Oh, yeah, that's a good question, actually, with the VOD. So it turns out I leaked your name in that one and didn't realize it until I saw it and didn't say anything. So unless you're good about, you know, going public with your real name, yeah, I had to take that down for obvious reasons. As I may or may not have accidentally shown a little too much. Oops. But anyway, so this is the footage we're working with. And one thing I had to do is I'm using this right here. I have to use this to figure out which one images to use. Because the problem is, emotes and GIFs only use 50 frames per second. This game runs at 60. So I have to basically take it and skip frames. I'm using a video editor to precisely figure out which one that is. Now, which frame was I on, though? I think I might have been on this frame, actually. Let me go check that. I believe it was this frame. Let me screenshot that so I can double check my... Let me go double check that, though, because I might be wrong. I'm just going to compare this to the frame I'm currently on. Yep, okay, that's the one. This is the boring, grindy process of it. Aw, JS, get off of the night, I got you. I've heard mixed things about Brawlhalla. I've heard mixed things. Okay. Where are we at right now? So we were at that, just did that one. So this is the, whoops. I want to play that. So this is the frame we're on. Which one is this? Can I put these screenshots, or I want to store these screenshots somewhere else. I don't like where it's putting these. Yeah, let's start putting these over here. I don't like where it's putting these. Okay. Now where are my raw frames? Which one is it here? It's one of these. It's not this one. That one? You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm comparing the frames here, and I think I found the one I'm supposed to be working on. Okay, that's the one. Alright, let's bring my image editor down. Here's where things actually start to get interesting. GTA 57. I wouldn't be surprised they had that many. Here's the image we're going to be working with. I believe this is the correct one. Oh, you know what? I could have just gone to my movie editor and, like, done this, and that would have been way easier. Wouldn't it? Yeah, I could have made that easier myself, but it's fine. Alright, so we're currently on frame... Is this frame 7? Yeah, this is frame 7. I'll time myself on this just to see how long it takes. No, he's just round. I much prefer GIMP, because it's basically a free Photoshop. I've been using GIMP for a very long time. Maybe. It's just what I'm used to. It's what I've used for a long time. I use, like, a few different other programs, but, you know. Oh, I'll be honest, chat, I'll doubt I'll have any time for that. Alright, let's get started. So first thing I gotta do is use the foreground select tool, and this is where things start to get a little bit interesting. I gotta take all this garbage, and I gotta take it out. So we're gonna just circle around. This is why I'm using a stylus. I'm not gonna do this precisely, because this doesn't really matter. Now I gotta start drawing in the foreground, which is basically just selecting. I gotta remember my shortcut keys for my tablet here. What did I use for GIMP? Okay, so this flips it up here. Okay. I'm just gonna roughly go around at first. see a few things starting to highlight. Now this is where I have to go in. Now I just gotta start selecting things little bits at a time. This is why it's grindy. Because you want it done right, you have to do it like this. I'm actually gonna zoom that out a little bit. This is why I'm using a stylus, though, because it's a lot easier to use than a mouse. I could use a mouse. You can use a mouse. I just prefer not to, unless I have to. What do you mean by left? Well, I mean, someone's left-handed, you know. That's just the natural way it works sometimes. People can't choose which hand they have. Mine just happens to be right. Yep. Ball. Oh, is he really? Didn't know Drew was left-handed. I think I might need to flip this. This is starting to get a little tricky for me. Also, some of you might have noticed that I have that keyboard above my graphics tablet, and you might be thinking that's really jank, and that's because it is. But it's surprisingly intuitive. You think it would not be as intuitive as it looks, but it actually is quite intuitive to use. You wouldn't think so, though. It's okay if this is not perfectly being done. Actually, I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit. I'm going a little bit too slow with it. This doesn't have to be perfect for this stage, because it's going to have to be still cleaned up and worked on anyway. So in the end of the day, it's not really going to matter how I do this part as much. As long as nothing's getting... as long as the ball is not being considered part of the background, then we're going to be fine. If I don't select enough, that's going to be the real issue. But if it's a little too much, I can always clean that up. Okay, how are we looking? Oh, I missed a spike down there. But outside of that, it looks fine. Did you really, Orange? Oops. Now, let's see. Let's preview the mask, which uses a little more power. Oh, that actually worked pretty good. There's a little spot down there, though. That's not looking too hot. Sometimes it isn't always very good at selecting that, so I just gotta get rid of that green background. I'm not gonna worry about those things, those pixels, because we're gonna have to do that manually anyway. I might actually do a little bit over here. I might do a little bit of that. That is looking pretty iffy. I'm just over-selecting a little bit of that, too, because sometimes if you don't, it will not... Because basically you're treating it like you're adding background, so sometimes if you don't do it right, or don't do it too much like this, then it sometimes goes a little wonky on the background. I'm gonna cut that a little close. That actually kind of worked out, though. Oh yeah, this part's looking kind of bad. That part in particular, where the scales, is pretty bad. That could definitely be better. Little spot here, and I'd say a little bit over here. A little bit over here. I'm not gonna go too crazy with this, because this is just part 1. Okay, I think that's about right. Select that. Let's add alpha. I'm just gonna invert that selection and then delete everything around it. I'm gonna do that a few times. You're gonna draw a duck. It's gonna be really bad. I'm just gonna... Oh, right. Which tool am I using? Oh, it's using color erase mode. That's not what I want. It's not gonna be good. Alright, that's all the distraction I'm getting tonight. I didn't say it was gonna be a good duck. Alright, one thing I'm actually gonna do real quick is I'm just gonna start going around it and start cleaning it up. So let's start by, I'm just gonna over-select some stuff here. You know what, I'm gonna make my canvas a little smaller. Let's, crop the content real quick. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Doing some weird stuff on me here. My stylus actually, is my stylus getting in the way? It might. That's, my fuzzy select tool is doing some... I think my fuzzy select tool is misbehaving. Really? Oh, really? I didn't... Okay, apparently if you flip the image... Who's lol? Nah, well... That's why, see, that's why I tried learning Blender. I can't do that stuff freehand very good. At least not fast. I'm gonna just do this. I'm just gonna select everything else around it. And delete it, just to make sure there's no garbage outside of it. Okay, I am not an AI generator. Yes, Blender. I actually haven't really been able to pursue that anymore, to be honest. Haven't had the time. I want to maybe eventually get into it, but it just takes too much time. And I have a lot of other things I have going for me right now, which make it kind of hard to get into. I'm actually gonna flip. No, maybe the other way was actually better. I'm not hard edging this, am I? Oh, I am. That's not what I want to do. No, 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 no. I don't want to use hard edge on this, because if I do that, and it's not going to be as soft of an erase. That was a little much on that guy. This doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be quick. I'm gonna cheat a little bit here. All those guys are in bed. I don't even know if they know I'm streaming right now, to be honest. I don't think they were expecting me to do anything else tonight. To be honest, I wasn't really expecting you to do anything else tonight, but here we are, huh? This doesn't have to be. I'm gonna cheat again. We can kind of get away with doing that from time to time. Yep, a little much on that. Actually, no, I'm gonna leave that. I don't think that's actually... you know what? I'm just gonna airbrush this. Oh, too much, too much. That's the airbrush, that's ink. No, 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 we gotta use the airbrush tool. There we go. It's a little better. Okay, actually, this one actually worked pretty well. But even still, you can see why this takes so long. Oh I didn't know you did a bunch of coding stuff. I'll tell you, code, it overwhelms me. I'm surprised I even did any data pack stuff with the Minecraft server, to be honest. That stuff just... I guess I can sort of do it. I could probably learn code if I actually put some effort into it. I don't like it, though. I'll leave that to the devs who know what they're doing. That is not my thing. Actually, something like this is... creative stuff's more my thing than that. This doesn't have to be completely perfect, though, as long as it's passable. Because people, this is going to get probably downscaled by Twitch anyway, just a tiny bit. Because this is like 180 pixels, and that's not quite Twitch size. And people probably won't notice anyway. Any minor imperfections, so it doesn't really matter. Yep, they will notice that. You know, I don't like that pixel down here. Hold up. I don't like that. Woo. Uh-oh. Oh, something went wrong. Did I not select these scales? Oopsies. You can see transparency going on here. That's not how it's supposed to work. That means I did something wrong in the process. That is what we call a little goof. But there's a way I can fix that, fortunately. So don't worry, I don't have to start all over. There's a way to fix that. It's gonna set me back a tiny bit, but nothing too bad. Let's clean these up a little bit. But like I said, nothing too crazy. Just make sure these are fully erased. A little too much. Not one pixel over here. That's good enough. Might get rid of this too. Yeah, I did goof a little bit on that one, didn't I? That's alright, we can fix that. I'm gonna actually airbrush that in a second. Right there, I'm just gonna... that. That's a little better, I think. We're almost there. I'm not even gonna mess with this scale over here yet for pretty good reasons. You'll see why in a second. Actually, I'm not gonna mess with any of the scales, because what I'm gonna have to do is get that image I just used. I gotta figure out which freaking one it was, though. What's the name of that image? And handsome Yoshi indeed. Alright, now let's see. Which image was I using? It was, 398? Is that the right one? Let me just check to make sure it's the right one. That is the right one. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Alright, that is the correct one. Let's take a look. So I messed up a little bit, so we're going to try to salvage this. I'm going to make this transparent for a second. We're going to try to fix this. I messed up and accidentally selected a little too much. So we're just gonna... Is that completely merged up there? Not quite. I'm gonna use that nostril as a reference point. Alright, that should be the same. Okay, good. Now here's what I gotta do. We're gonna go to this layer, and what I'm gonna do is use the clone tool. I shouldn't have messed that up. That was a bit of a... Now what's the mode? This should be... What mode are we using for this? Because this needs to be specific. Let's do... Aligned? I think aligned is the mode we want to use here for this. I'm not sure what mode we need to use yet. But forget which one for this sort of thing. Gonna hide that. I don't think this is actually the right mode. No, it is not. No, that is not the right mode. Okay, that is not the one. No. Okay, so in that case, I think it is... Is it none? Is it just none? Not quite none. No, not quite. I think it's actually... Register? Is it fixed? I think it might be fixed. I don't remember which one. I haven't actually done this part in a while. I haven't used this in a bit. Gosh darn it, which one was it? Is it actually registered? Was I right the first time? It's definitely not registered. There's something to draw. Well, you could draw Yoshi maybe not as a ball. If you're looking for ideas. Okay, source, image. Is it actually none? I can't figure out. This is just supposed to work as a cloning tool. You know, I wonder if it's because this layer is not the same size. I wonder if that's why it's having issues. I wonder if that's why it's not working very well. Yeah, that might be the problem. Let me just make a new copy that's only this layer, so that way, if you look, there's nothing outside of it. Maybe that will fix the problem. I actually haven't used the clone tool. Or was it heal that I used? I don't know if I used was it the heal tool? No, I'm pretty sure it was clone. I'm trying to relearn how to use this. I have not used this in so long, though. Haven't needed to use it. Okay, so it's not that one. It is not none. It's probably registered. Yep, that's the one. There we go. Yep, it was the layer size. This is about 300, I think, at the time. This is the XP pen one. I heard good reviews about this one. The ones that don't have screens aren't as expensive, but the ones that do have screens are going to run you a little bit more. I got this a while ago, though. I got it ahead of time in case I got into, like, Blender stuff, which I was hoping to get into at some point down the line. Ah, yeah, there we go. That is much better. I'm also going to repair any other areas around there, just to be safe, just to... I did not mean to make that the active layer. That was not what I wanted to do. Okay. I'm gonna make that a little bit bigger. I'm just gonna... Oh, looks like it messed up my aspect ratio. Let's not do that. Let's go around it just in case I messed up. anything else. 'Cause there's a good chance that if I did that wrong, then I might have messed something else up. So I'm just going to be a little bit safe, even though I probably don't have to. Yeah, that's probably good. I think that's a little bit even much. Alright, we got it fixed. Now we can actually keep working on it. Yeah, no, that green has to go. Maybe a little bit there. Tiny bit on that edge. Maybe just a little up here. That should be fine. Is there anything else I missed? Alright, how about this? What'd I miss? As far as I saw that. Little tiny bit just barely blends in right there. Barely can see it. Let's crop the content. Check for any issues. That actually does have an issue up top. Actually, no, I don't like that white. I think that's the background. I'm gonna get rid of it. That's better. Nothing, let's also get rid of that. That shouldn't be there. There we go. I think that's pretty good. I don't think there's any issues at this point. I already took care of any things. Don't worry, we're gonna fix and clean up stuff later. This is just the first process. So it might look a little crispy on those edges. Don't worry, that will not look... First, it's gonna get downscaled anyway, so it probably will smooth that out. Like, anyway. I don't know. Oh, wait, is this gonna reveal... Okay, that doesn't reveal any drives. I thought I was gonna reveal a file that was personalized, but I don't think so. There we are. It should be in my raw frames, or not my raw frames. It should be in my processed frames now. And that took about yeah, because I took too long on the healing tool. It took about 20 minutes. That was not good time. So 24 minutes. That definitely could have been a little faster. But now I learned how to use the heal tool again, so that's fine. So that doesn't really matter all too much. I was worried it was showing. I don't think you're supposed to, like... I think good practice is not to show certain directories, but I don't think it really matters too much. You rested oxygen. I don't know how you do that. What's a BAML? I don't know what that is. I'm sure Twitch compression's not helping too much with this whole thing. I can tell you it looks a lot cleaner on this monitor and display than it probably does there. Alright, which frame are we using this time? We played the song a lot. Let's play something different. Here's one I do remember. This one might run a little softer. I'm using SNES music because it's easy to pull up, and also I know it won't get me DMCA'd. And also I listen to weird, obscure chiptune stuff. That's what I think about SNW Central. It's all free and, well, chiptune. I wonder if they do have an SNES version of that on there. I'll keep putting links in there whenever I change the music. I need to change a preference in my movie studio so it makes this easy. What color? You decide. You could do the light blue one like I'm working on here. You could do something else. That is gibberish. All right. Anyway, let me. I gotta stay focused a little bit here. All right, that was the right frame. Okay, this is actually the right frame. So, like I said, I gotta keep checking frames because sometimes the way GIFs work, 60 does not work. You gotta convert everything to 50 by skipping frames. Well, here we go. Welcome to part 2. Let's see if we can go a little faster this time without any mistakes. I gotta be a little more careful about what I'm selecting. You guys do whatever you want. This is basically an optional stream, so you can do whatever you need to do. That's fine, we can fix that. Actually, I'm just gonna do that. Still making progress on that. I don't know, it's a good question. I think birds are just birds. They just know they have wings. Oh, there's a... Yeah, welcome to R34 on the internet. We can't have nice things, memes. We can't have nice things, chats. There's always gonna be sus in the art department. Also, art, sometimes just artsy stuff is just out there. Actually, I think this actually might be better. I'm gonna stick with this view. I might need to flip it for this one. You can see that white a little bit. Gotta keep an eye out for that white as well on the bottom. That's a tile from the map, and we don't want to include any of that if we can help it. Kind of blends in with the reflection there, so we gotta watch out for that. A little too much over there, but that doesn't really matter. Again, we're gonna have to do this anyway. I mean, considering how often chat Fritz stretches his wings and does wing tricks, I think birds just have that instinct, man. They just know. They don't care. They're just doing bird things. I don't think birds even can think about that, to be honest. Even if they could, I don't know if they'd care. I selected scales this time, right? Let's run a preview. Needs work. Careful how close I'm getting to these scales, though. Because that could be... the spines could be a problem if I'm not careful. Yep, a little much. I'm sorry, what? Swiss cheese Yoshi? Who sculpted a Yoshi out of Swiss cheese, Chad? I clean this up a bit. There we go, let's clean that pan too. Oopsies. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Still got that resistance I need. Specifically the pigeons. That's a new one, though. I haven't heard about them charging on phone wires, though. What a bjords. Different kind of... See, it's not to be confused with the real birds, chat. The bjords, you gotta watch out for the bjords. They're the imposter birds. That worked pretty well. Pigeons. Imposter pigeons. They're sus. I didn't mean to open that. I must have hit a shortcut key for opening recent files. That was not what I wanted to do. Gotta watch my finger work. I do not remember Hannah playing on the server. I'm pretty sure I am 99% certain she's asleep. Oh, catching an issue right off the rip. Hard edge. Hard edge basically makes it where it just will fully delete it. Good for catching straight pixels like that one. Oh, it's actually having trouble, though. I think the selection was actually interfering with the eraser tool. We're just gonna have to do some tricks. Alright, flipping does weird stuff. I gotta keep that in mind. Oh, you know what? Was that what happened last time? Was I doing this trick? And, like, did it screw up because I selected too little? That's probably why it screwed up last time. Alright, let's keep working on this. So I'm just gonna bring that down. Wow. Pretty good already. Let's keep working on it. Oop, gotta turn that hard edge off. I thought this honestly was gonna be a lot simpler to do. But it turns out it's a lot harder than I originally anticipated it being. And mostly a lot longer. Not necessarily hard, but long. Because good lord, it is long. It's a long process. I'm gonna start from the nose and work my way up. Okay. Fair enough. I'll try to do it without waking anybody up anyway. Yeah, don't expect too much. This is basically just me doing this. It's definitely tedious, but it might end up being worth it once it actually works. This shouldn't also be too big for the GIF limitations either. Coming up pretty good, I feel like. Thank you for the lurk, my friend. I do appreciate it. This barely needs any work. Just a little bit on that spike. Okay. I think this gray would count as background. I think that's gray blocks. For larger areas like that, I can just take the rectangle and cheat a little bit so we don't have to do as much work. What was my airbrush shortcut? Was it the airbrush shortcut? That was the airbrush shortcut. Oh, that's not right. I'm just gonna fix that up a little bit. Oh, nice! I should take a look at that. Once we're done a little bit more here, I can look at it. It's probably taking a lot less time than this one, I'll tell you that much. There we go. I'm gonna be careful how much I'm deleting here. It might be a little bit much. Oh, this is gonna be a tricky spots. That might need an airbrush. Just to clean up some of those outside pixels. Oh, it's using red. No, I want to use a nice light blue color. Oop. Just on those outside ones, though. Or Retaw. that sounds like a brand some company would make of water to make it sound cool. It's just backwards water. Retaw. Refreshing, sparkling water. Well, I think that's looking pretty alright, I would say. Okay, that's looking pretty alright. We're almost done with this one. We're gonna have to fix this one up a bit. Pepsi or East Pip? No, it's P-Piece. You know, the clam. Nah, we're gonna cheat here. That's a lot about. That's from the must be from the land of backwards. That is definitely background. 100%, not a doubt in my mind that is background. I don't notice that change. You or oi? Fix that, but no, just a little bit more. I think we've actually gone all the way around now. Any issues with the cropping? Yep, there's a little issue over there. And up top. There we go. And like I said, we'll have to fix this up later. One thing we'll have to do as well is center. Answer or me now. Nah, I'm gonna take me now instead. Then I don't have to answer. Just me. There we go. Some fixed cropping later. We have another frame done. Ugh. This is 8. This is 8, right? All that for a frame. I'll take a look. I'm gonna take a look at that after. Like, which won't be much longer at this point. How long that one? That was only... Okay, wow, this is taking me a little bit for these tonight. I don't know why. I'm not going as fast tonight. It took about 20 minutes. Let's play a random one. Let's see what a random song on the site. This site has a random button. Let's go random. Let's see if there's anything good. Oh, I haven't played this game in forever. From a pinball game of all things. How fitting. Let's see if anything good. If not, I'll switch it. There's a better track though from this. That's not this one. There's a better track. This one's not bad though. Yeah, you can feel free to if you want to. If it's you know relaxing, that means it's something right, I suppose. I'm doing something right. This is definitely one of those more laid back ones because it's definitely you know. There's more laid-back streams, for sure. We're almost a quarter of the way there. We have 2 more frames and we're a quarter of the way there. This will definitely take me a little more than tonight, probably, to get done. You know, let's test something real quick. I wonder, would it just be faster for me just to erase the background without doing that? Let's clock it. Let's see what's faster. Okay. Let's just see. Let's see if this is maybe not the best method to do it. I know it's a good way to remove stuff, but maybe if we're doing that anyway, maybe we should just do it all at once instead. Do a couple passes instead. Right? I'll use hard... Maybe I should use hard edge? Well, we'll figure that out later. I'll have that back. This actually is a good song. Now I've listened to it a bit more. Not bad considering it's the old SNES one. What's this? Only a boomerang bud for the follow. I appreciate it. Like I said, this is a little bit more... It's a little different from my usual repertoire. Yeah, I could use Magic Wand. Let's see. Actually, you know what? It actually might work here. Let's see. Oh, you know what? That actually might work here this time. I've had issues with this image in the magic wand. In terms of precision. But you know what? That may... it's definitely gonna have maybe a slight problem. As long as I'm not too heavy-handed on it, it might actually work. Oh yeah, I'll be darned. That actually worked really well this time. I've had issues with it before, but this case, it actually worked really well, so I shouldn't shy away from using it. I also got lucky this time. There's a lot of green in the background. So I got a little bit lucky with this guy. Oh, wow, that cleaned up a lot, too. Actually, I might have cleaned up a little too much. Yeah, that actually... Oh, yeah, that did a little too much, actually. So I gotta be a little careful how much I'm selecting here, because it gets a little heavy-handed on the magic wand. Yeah, it's getting a little heavy-handed on that magic wand at points. That's the only one with the magic wand I'm having issues with. Let's do a little bit less. Just select less. I'll figure it out. Whoops. It's not playing super nice with me. Maybe I'll just try going a little less heavy on it. Yeah, that seems to be the ticket. It is magic. I think you'll alert, my friend. I appreciate it. Like I said, this is kind of an optional stream, so if you all want to go do other things, go to bed, whatever, you do not have to stay up for this. This is very... I actually quite understand why you wouldn't want to. It's quite boring at points. It's also chill. So maybe useful if you're trying to fall asleep. Or something like that. I'll come back to that green of that spike. Actually, no, let's just do it now. Nah, no, we're gonna come back to that. Gotta say, that magic wand did speed things up a tiny bit. Still have to go through manually and do some stuff. I'm gonna notice that pixel for 5,000 years if I don't do something about it. That's better. Yeah. No one else would have noticed, but I would. At least in that still shots. Probably not during the actual animation. Yep. Should have started from the other side. That actually would have been easier. Then I could just started here and done that. Oh well. Oopsies. You know, fun fact with the song I'm playing right now, my grandpa actually loved pinball when he was alive. This is actually one of the games I think he played on the Super Nintendo. This particular one. I swear I have Behind the Mask somewhere. I swear I played this game at some point. Don't know how far in it I got, but I swear we have this game. Like, somewhere I have it. There we go. We're making some progress. Still slow going. There's a big piece of background I do not like in this shot. Also, that should be not -0. This is the visual bug. You're almost done? Wow, memes. It's like you've been doing some artsy stuff too, huh? Yeah, this is still more or less an arts. It's not quite from scratch sort of thing. I'm not making anything original, but you know. It's easier to make something original. Despite the fact that it's still very slow. This is ironically going to be a quote-unquote temporary emote, although considering how long Mario Wonder is probably going to last, I don't think this is going to be very temporary. Alright, this one's going to give me a little more trouble over here. Yeah, the magic wand didn't do a perfect job, but it did pretty darn good. I'd say it did pretty darn good there. It's not perfect, but it did pretty darn good, all things considered. Oops. It is now time again to cheat. Sometimes, quote-unquote, cheating this stuff, like anything with background-related stuff, is a little easier and a little faster. And a little more accurate, more importantly.
Cheated!
It's really just a way to speed up the process. I gotta... No. It's really just... Well, quote-unquote cheats. It's really just a way to speed things up a tiny bit. That is actually all background. I'm gonna switch this. Little cleanup wouldn't hurt. Gotta watch how much I'm cleaning up, though. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing, and that is exactly the case here. Quite a bit to clean up here. That background is absolutely cutting into that. Certainly not bad. It is passable, I would say. I'd say you can pass that off just fine. I can't tell what to do here. This is a little trickier. Could fake a little bit of that, so to speak. Kind of just tweak it. Yeah, that'll be fine. That won't be too noticeable if I make some minor adjustments to it. The animation will be spinning so fast anyway that it really won't be too noticeable. Just gonna go around and double check my work. Alright, real quick. Delete everything else in the background. I'm going to also do that again. This time I'm going to select the entire Yoshi bowl. I'm going to give it a good amount. Oops, I think I might need to zoom this out a tad bit. Not quite 255, maybe like 240. That way anything outside of that range will just, when I invert it, gets deleted. That way it gets rid of any excess garbage. At least that's the hope. That's got a little minor issue there. Nothing bad. That's good. That's also... wait, could I use a little... I could use a little airbrush. I could just use a little bit of airbrushing. No. That's a little better. Just to clean up some of those transparent pixels that we don't want there. There we go. Alright. We have it. We're almost a quarter of the way there. Not too shabby, honestly. What flavor is Yo? That's a good question. Will this be blue raspberry? I'll use the jelly one. Or be something else, like not artificial. That sounds like a question that... Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Cotton candy. That's much more appropriate. Sounds like a question the talking flower would ask. Maybe the yellow, maybe the yellow one. I think we're good on this frame, honestly. How long did this take? 15. Okay, we shaved it like about 5 minutes off. That's not bad. That might actually be a little faster. I don't know about the video. I'll have to look that up. Alright, I think there is a frame skip here. I'm looking at my upper monitor right now. Like I said, this is basically having to convert 60 FPS to 50 FPS because, again, I can't set the frame rate in a Switch game without making it an absolute pain in the neck, or emulation, which I don't really want to use. And I also have a way of converting the frames. Unfortunately, GIFs can... Without getting too technical. I got you. I got you. Without getting too technical, GIFs can't handle 60 FPS. They can only handle 50, and I'm not going to get too technical about it. I have an idea, actually. Let's change the music again. Let's... I don't want to change it, though, because the problem is like, it might not get a good song, so I'm just not going to do it yet. I have an idea, though. Also, I need to add alpha to this image, so that way it will... yeah, add alpha channel. I'm going to try something a little bit... I'm going to try to do something a little bit different here. Let's time this. I didn't want to do that. Oops. Alright, we're going to do that foreground select tool, but I'm going to make it a little faster this time. I'm going to be kind of lazy about it. Let's draw foreground and let's just be lazy as possible. And I mean lazy. Just, like, quickly go over the whole outline of Yoshi, roughly. As a rough shape. That definitely produces some somewhat crap results. I'm gonna stop right there. Oops. Kinda, we're just not gonna do that like that. I'm kinda a little too close. Yeah, send that to me. I'm gonna look at that later. I'm curious now. Gotcha. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Let's start kind of cleaning this up a bit. It's taking too long. I'm gonna just use the eraser. Doesn't have to be perfect, and I gotta keep reminding myself that. Because this is gonna get, like, shrunken down a little bit anyway due to Twitch sizes, so I just can't get too precise, otherwise I'm gonna be spending all night on a single spot. Got some white background spots. That we do not want. There we go. We're making some progress. Wow, we're actually only 4 minutes in so far, so that's not too bad, at least for this frame. Wish it was the whole thing. To be honest. That's fine. Was it how it looked in the original frame? Hold on, I want to look at that. Yeah. No, that's how it looked. That nostril confused me for a second. That's actually how it was in the original, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. Very weird. I thought it was a glitch. No, that is actually how it was in the game. It's the lighting. Very weird how lighting works. Sometimes. Especially in games. Can't tell if that's a part. I think that's just the eye. We don't want to mess too much with that, then. Mess with too much of that, that's going to be a very big problem. I got you, my friend. Ah, dinner, huh? I'm curious, what time zone are you from, my friend? If you don't mind me asking, that is. And no later, actually, on that pixel. Make that brush size 1, it's too big. That's a little better. Need to blend that. Just gonna eyeball it. There we go. What about a dodge? Just listen, if you need to go to bed, go to bed. Don't worry about me. This is just an optional thing. You can always rewatch this later, too. Maybe I'll make a time-lapse version of this, too. Who knows? But if you want to go to sleep, remember, this is an optional thing. You can just leave it on and go to bed. If you want to do that. You don't have to worry about me. You'll not hurt my feelings if you have to. This is basically just me doing grindy work, but instead of doing it entirely off camera, I'm like recording me doing it. That's basically it. That's really all this is. Just me doing that. Except with a camera. That's really about... in a chat. Of course. Or the chat. Should I say. Yep. Got a lot of green pixels on this guy. Might actually need an airbrush tool for this one. This might be a bit too particular. I'm just gonna do that. How's that look? It's not bad. It definitely makes it blend a little better. Could use a little cleanup on that. That's fine. I'm gonna look at all that. Trust me, I want to look at all that stuff you guys got going on. Little bonus. I don't know how much longer I'm really gonna be able to do this tonight. Probably not too much. This is definitely gonna be a multi-day process because there's no way I can get this sort of thing done this quick. I definitely want to see that, though. You know what? I think those gray pixels over here might actually be background on that one spike. Let's try cleaning that up a bit. Fair enough. I mean, even then, whatever. Yeah, you gotta have references for characters, though. That's the thing. It's definitely a good idea to have references, at least. Because otherwise you won't know what you're drawing. Especially if it's something that needs to be consistent, too. Like if you're a professional. A lot of professional studios, I think like Disney and stuff, did that. But they had model reference models. Like, not like 3D ones, but like actual ones, like that are physical, like little figures they would use for stuff like Pinocchio or whatever. And they'd use that so the animators drew the same thing. Really? Huh. Weird. How is all that Unity stuff now? Is that like has all that died down now, Unity? All that drama, or is that still a problem? Outside, you know, the lack of trust, that's a thing now. I know there were some issues with Unity. Some pretty big ones. Really interesting. Yeah, probably because people complained, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know how it affects big companies, though. That's the thing. I'm not a big company, so I wouldn't know anything about that. Yeah, I don't blame you. I wouldn't either. Hey, what's up, press start? It has been a hot minute, hasn't it? How you doing, my friend? Alright, yeah. That's another reason I use GIMP instead of like Photoshop. Because I like the fact that GIMP's open source and free. It's basically the same thing without all the fancy plugins that Adobe makes. I mean, yeah, sure, Adobe's got some fancier stuff, but I don't really care about any of that anyway. But I sure as heck am not paying a subscription. I've heard of Paint.net. I have not. Yeah, even MS Paint now is actually starting to have some nifty stuff. They actually, for the first time, they support transparency too, which is a pretty new thing. I have not heard of Affinity though. Is it really? Interesting. Pretty good. I can't complain. I bet it is though. Another obscure kind of janky one is Inkscape, which I've used sometimes. That's like for vector software. It's a little janky, but it is open source too. I don't know why I just started using my left hand there. That was kind of weird. Hey, if it ain't broke. You know, let's have some fun. What happens if I use my left hand? Oh, how about that? Oh, I actually have pretty good control. Look at that. I have pretty good control for a left hand, considering I'm a righty. But I'm actually just going to flip that for this part. Yeah, it's not mine either. The only reason I've used it is so I can make non-vector style stuff that looks like not vector, but then you can just upscale it. It's good for certain things. It's not good for everything, though, but it's good for certain things. I actually have had banana bread a while ago. I actually made that with my grandma in Florida a long time ago. Long time ago. I think I've had Hannah made keto version of that at one point, or Mom did, or both. It's pretty good. I guess the keto one's not actually banana, though. What was it? It might have been actual banana. I don't really remember. So I go back and double check my work. Sometimes I miss a couple things from time to time. Like a lot of this background junk that made it on that spike. But yeah, I'd say I had a long time ago banana nut bread. I like to be able to see. I'm flipping it around from time to time so I can see what I'm doing. I can see see what I'm actually erasing. That makes sense. Good, that leaves any background objects that shouldn't be there. What's our time? 20. Not great for this one. This one took a little longer. I would have preferred it to. Yep, little issue over there. You know what? Let me just, real quick, let me clean this up. There we go. That's a little better. Indeed. I think that's pretty good. Let's fix that cropping. Like I said, we're going to have to redo the cropping anyway later, because we're going to have to center everything, which is why I'm cropping it. That way the auto-centering tools will work. I may have to even do some manual work with that, but we'll see what I need to do with that. Actually, is this 10? No, this is... Wow, we're a quarter way through. I believe there are around 40-ish frames total. So we're actually about halfway through. Or a quarter of the way through. Not halfway. I wish we were halfway through. Here's what we got so far. It's not going to look right yet because it's not centered correctly. But this is what we got. That is a quarter of the way. Right there. That's a 90-degree rotation. It'll look a lot better once it's actually properly animated. Let's take a quick break. I'm gonna look at some of the stuff. Let's have an ADHD moment. Let's play this one again. I played the intro. This one's running a little louder. These are just SNES chip tunes, so you can go look at these. I don't want like dox anything, so I'll be right back. I'm just gonna like make sure this is correct. We're good. We're good. Hello. I know. Just working on some stuff. I know, but I am up late, though. First of all, I like how this came out, by the way. That looks really good. Like, that actually looks really good. How long did you say it took you to do that? Like, only a little bit? That's really not bad at all. I'd say it's a little more than decent. That took you just to whip that up? The whole thing? Wow. That came out really good for, like, a few minutes. And this is cute. Look at this one. Oh, that reminds me of the super happy fruit tree art. I like this. It's good. Yeah! I know, that's really good. I'd say it's a little more indecent considering how quick that was done. It's cute. We definitely got a decent amount of artists in our community, man, I'll tell you what. Alright. Let's play a different one, because we played the song already. Let's do the risky random click. It's a boss battle. I don't know. I'm gonna check this. I don't know if I want to play a boss battle theme unless it's a good one. Oh, I didn't even have any samples, so no. It's a good one, but it's like gonna put you to sleep. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, what we got here? Oh, I'm good on that one, actually. How does this one sound, actually? Here's one you wouldn't expect. Alright, who put Sonic in my Super Nintendo? I'm honestly impressed that people can, like, take these songs and put them in there. And, like, actually make these hardware compatible. Like, that's actually just genuinely impressive to me. I did not yet. I have not seen the video. I kind of want to look at it. Almost want to look at it. There's no, like, DMCA in there, is there? Let's put that in there. Fair enough. But I don't mind stuff with swears, just, you know, on stream it's a little different. Let me reset that time. Alright, let's start this up. I might need to be turned up a little bit on the OBS side. Yeah, it's a little better. I'm just doing this quick and lazy. Trying that. I wanted to see how that worked. Going lefty for a second. It actually surprisingly worked in my favor. Gotta add an alpha channel. Otherwise, the transparency won't work. Yeah, sounds about right. I'll take a look at that. I'll take a look at that, like, when we be closer, like, when we're done, which is very soon, because I gotta, like, do other things and get ready for bed soon. I gotta do VOD stuff, like, make sure those are rendering, and then go to bed. I will. I'll take a look. I like what y'all are working on. Or have worked on. Got a lot of good artists in our community, man. I'll tell you what. Quite a diverse amount of them, too. Different styles, different things going on. Thought something didn't look right there. I did a little too much on the old delete there. Oopsies. Gotta watch what I am doing here, man. Sometimes I delete a little too much. Was I going this way or up or down? No, I was going down. Gotta get out of my OCD mind space here a little bit, because it's making me slow down a little bit. It's hard. I want to get those details right without messing them up, especially considering how much time I'm putting into this. But I also don't want to make it take too long to the point where it's, like, just slow. Maybe want to do it right. But I also don't want to make this take 5 years longer than it should. Which I think I've already done a little bit of. That's not doing anything, is it? No. There we go, making some progress on this. Baller. I can't do that sound. It's kind of fun. The music selection and the random stuff's kind of funny tonight. We got a pinball soundtrack, and now it's Sonic who can turn into a ball, which is kind of funny, I think. Yeah, stream is sponsored by the letter A. B, 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 B. Now, chat, what comes after B? Bag, not F, and a baguette. Well, I mean, I guess after the letter B, you find a baguette. Or F! There's some things that are actually easier with a mouse, and that was one of those things I could have probably done with a mouse. Oh, that's Laser J's favorite. Fire, fire. Fire, fire. And D is for don't come near me. I'm going to commit arson. Oh, you're gonna get lit not the way you think. That's isn't that basically what was it? Gender reveal parties? Arson. And also booms. A little much on that. I think I messed up there. I have family in Florida, can confirm. It's really like that in Florida, man. It's either like you're not a crazy Florida person or you are a crazy Florida person. It's like my relatives, normal. Because most of my relatives from Florida are normal. And then are not completely whack in the head. And then there's the typical Florida man story. About 11 minutes so far, so we're about on the pace for everything else we've done so far. I gotta say, this is slower than I initially thought it was gonna be. When I first started doing these emotes, like the first 6 frames I did off stream. Ooh. I don't know if I would have gone through with this if I knew how hard this was to actually do. This one in particular, compared to everything else, is probably harder, too. That I could have maybe done Yoshi related. I just don't have... There's no plugins that I'm aware of for this program that are good for this sort of thing. That at least don't cost money. And I know there's like some of those AI tools. Some of those don't work very well. Like I've used the Microsoft Designer one, and it has some problems. Being it's not as precise as just doing it yourself, and the other problem is that it's kind of janky. Sometimes it blurs things, or will usually almost always blur things, and you have to just end up doing just as much work to fix it. Not fun. So I just do it myself, because, hey, you know what? It's a little bit more accurate. Let me fix that eyelid. Oh, I don't like that. A little blending. I think we made it all the way around. Huh. Really? From 99? Dang. That's crazy. I bet that's pretty cool, though. I gotta zoom out a little more, actually, because this is gonna be a problem. I don't know what. I think I'm opening old ones. Instead of hitting Control, what key is that? I'm disabling that. This is very annoying. That's crazy. You know what? I'm noticing those white spots. That are a little too bright. Yeah, that's a little better. That looks good. That is not correct. That's fine. I'd say it's also fine. Let's go double check for any issues that maybe I missed. Never hurts to double check. Couple minor spots, just nothing crazy. I need to re-level this. It's a little less shaky that way. There we go. Good. Gonna turn it up to 11. Gotta turn it up to 11. A little under 20. That's not too bad. I'd say it's not too bad at all. I'm gonna be right back. Let me look at that Discord thing. Okay, no Docks City. We're fine. Ooh. Look at that. How long have you been doing programming stuff or code, Orange? How long have you been doing that, you think? Find a new track. Let's see. Okay. Alright. Oh crap, is it almost 4 a.m.? Jeezle. I'm not gonna lie to this one. I have okay, this is not really an SNES one officially. Let me skip that. I don't care. This might be a little bit too loud. Hope I don't get ad land either, but oh well if I do. I don't know how loud this runs. Ooh, that's a little loud. That's a little loud. Yeah, it runs a little louder than some of the other ones. We'll do one more frame. We'll end on this song, and then I'll start wrapping up. You can't believe you're all crazy enough to watch me doing this, man. You can find that there. That's actually from Hat Loving Gamer. He used that. Hat Loving Gamer did an animation, and this guy, Donnie, I think, worked on the music. I actually saw this one a while ago. We'll do one more frame. We're gonna do one more frame. We'll do frame 12 tonight, and we'll come back. Maybe work on it another night. That's good. One thing I do wish this was a little faster. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? That'd be a funny surprise, wouldn't it? But yeah, no. Well, considering we use the same machine for streaming, yeah, that would not go too well. Okay, let's see. There's just no good way to really do this. That one part really likes to blend in. I'm just gonna make sure it doesn't select the wrong stuff here. Always forget about that alpha channel. I don't know why I said alpha. I don't know why I said it like that. That's very weird. Did that work correctly? That, like, it didn't delete too much, did it? That spike. Yeah, I was wondering. That was a little questionable. That was a little questionable. Oops. I was wondering about that one. That was a little questionable. Yeah, that did look a little questionable. Even that one's a little questionable. I would rather not have too... I'd rather have not enough than too much. You can fix not enough. Or too much background. You can't fix not enough background, though. Or not enough image. That you can't fix in post or manually. I'd rather just fix some of that stuff myself. It's a little more precise than the automated tools I'm working with. Oh, I forgot to time myself. I should be timing myself here. Lethal, I have not even... I don't think have I heard of Lethal Company? I don't even remember. If I have heard of it, I don't know much about it. Interesting. Gotta turn that off first, huh? I might have deleted a little too much there. It's better to undo in that case, just to prevent any issues. Interesting. Roguelite, huh? Yeah, it's one roguelike stuff's one thing I want to get into at some point. I have like probably some games I have that are maybe like that. Maybe at some point, huh? I do have some new stuff to try at some point, because I took advantage of that, Epic Games deal that was going on. I had a bunch of stuff that was, like, really heavily on sale. Skyrim, surprisingly, was one of them. So I had to get that, because I didn't actually own that one. I figured, why not? Ironically, it's stuff I probably won't be able to get into for a while. There's time restraints, but you know how that is. We're actually making some progress. I hope this is gonna be worth it. Because holy crap, this is a lot harder to make than I initially thought it was going to be. Much harder, actually, than I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought this would be easy street. Oh, it's just you room for the thing from background easy, and it turns out it's not the case at all. It ends up being a lot harder and a lot more time-consuming. You know, 20 minutes a frame. That is not exactly... great speed. And it's quite slow, actually. I would say. I'd say that's very slow. It's not bad considering how precise I'm being about it, but still, it's definitely not fast. I'd say the actual average is probably closer to maybe 15 minutes a frame. But that's still only like 4 frames an hour, which isn't great. Can't complain, though. It's coming out pretty good so far. We'll see how it actually comes out in final, though. Guess I'm impressed you guys are still... Some of you guys are still with me, man. This is kind of just grindy stuff. Hopefully I've made it a little bit more of a chill thing. Or a chill kind of vibe. But this is basically the kind of stuff that I do from time to time when I'm not streaming. This is why I'm up late at night sometimes. That and, you know, stress. But mostly stuff like this. I gotta say, this is actually... There is something both satisfying and, like, calming about this process. Like, it just relaxes. I don't know why. It relaxes me doing this, even though it's tedious and grindy. Like, it's very... It doesn't feel like that to me. I could do this, honestly, for hours. Which I actually, ironically, have. And it just... I don't know. Just, like, keeps me calm, I guess. Keeps me relaxed. Gives me something to do. Also feeling a little bit of an accomplishment, too. I wish I got XP in some games like Fortnite for doing this. No, instead, community gets an emotes they can use for a while. I mean, sure, it's gonna be like somewhat limited availability, but at points, but still. Although, to be honest, probably not. Because considering how many hours I've spent on this. don't think I can just keep this as a fully temporary emote, considering how many hours I spent on this. Because holy crap, this is it's a lot of hours to spend on an emote. I thought about flipping it. I'm actually not going to. I might do it for this spike. Or for this half of it, at least. There we go. We're almost all the way around. Which direction is this face? Is it the right way? No. Actually, I might have to do it more like this. Actually, no, I gotta flip it the other way now. Now I gotta see what I'm doing. I gotta say, I could do this with a mouse, but honestly, I do like being able to use a stylus. I'm not gonna lie, that is very nice to have. It's a bit overkill, but for something like this, I gotta say, it does speed things up enough. Man, this would take me a lot longer on a mouse. It would probably take me about maybe 1.5 times longer on a non-stylus peripheral, like a mouse, even though I'm still using that to move around. I'm weird. I still use like my keyboard and mouse to do certain things instead of utilizing shortcuts. That's what I find easier, but it's probably a little unconventional, a little janky, but it works for me, so I'm fine with that. I'm really gonna actually, you know what? I'm just not gonna do it like that. I'm gonna do it like this. It's a little more precise. There we go. Yeah, same thing here. I'm gonna do that again over on this side. Get rid of this. There we go. Yep. Gotta select everything or it won't work. If it's not in the selection, it won't draw on it or erase it. I gotta make sure I'm in the right spot. Gotta watch how close I'm getting. I'm gonna slow down a little bit. There we go. You know, I don't like that spot up here. Yeah, let's fix that. I want to keep that round shape intact. Oh, it's still drawn. I don't want it to do that. One year and 3 months. It's a long time. It's a lot of watch time, too, honestly. kind of at the end of it here? Is that kind of all of it? More or less? And I think that cheek, I'm looking at it, could use a little more cleanup. Maybe not. I'm changing my mind about that. No, never mind. Leave that alone. I don't like that. I don't quite like how that looks. Yep. Baller. Alright. Yeah. I mean, I think the only thing I have to do before bed is probably get some VODs rendering from, like, tonight. That way I can upload them and start dealing with that whenever I have time to deal with that. I'm gonna do a couple things to make this precise. Make a very rough outline around the ball. And then I'm going to select Yoshi here. And then I'm just going to... I'm going to get it right about 230-ish. Invert selection, delete anything around it. That just makes sure I get rid of any junk that might be out of shot. I may also go back to my earlier frames and double check that I did that correctly. Oh, you know what? I'm actually seeing some garbage outside of this still. Actually, I'm seeing some garbage here. Yeah, you know, one thing I will probably have to do is I will probably have to go and do some cleanup work on some of this. That's one thing I'm probably going to have to do is do some cleanup later on. Okay. That spike's good. The nose is hitting the bottom. That's good. The spike's hitting that. This is wrong. But yeah, like I said, there's definitely going to have to be some cleanup done before we actually start assembling the images. We can work on that another time. That's pretty easy to work on. But there's definitely some artifacts that are being left behind. So we'll have to go through the artifacts later. We've gotten a little over 20% or 25% of the image made now, though. So I gotta say, I'm happy about that. We actually made some progress. It's very slow going, but it's still progress. I think if there weren't as many frames, this would probably be a little simpler to work with. Yeah, to be honest, I might want to also release these to the internet when I'm done. That way, if someone on the internet wants to do something with these, they can. So you know what? I might do that when we're all said and done here. That way people can use this. Outside of just the emote. But here it is so far. It's obviously not centered. And this is not the proper playback. But you can see it is working. And like I said, though, it's not centered correctly at all. Like, this is not centered. This is not how it's going to look. But I'd say for what we got so far, it's pretty good. It is certainly not bad. I will give it that. It is certainly not bad. It is quite small. Yeah, this image displayer is not doing this very good. It's not doing a very good job. But I know what you're talking about. That's... Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about a little bit of that. We're gonna probably have to, like I said, we're gonna have to go back and probably do some cleanup work. Also, I'm hoping that when we downscale that, that'll also fix itself a bit. But we're gonna definitely have to go back and do some cleanup because this is not finished. These are just there. We're gonna have to go back and do some additional cleanup. This is just a good start. At the very least, it's a good start. I don't know if we can necessarily raid anybody out or anything like that. Maybe. Maybe. But I doubt at this hour. Oh, you know, is this guy still alive? How many do we have? 5? You know, imagine we raid him again. Yeah, I'd say it's going good so far. We got some of the frames already done here, but we still got a lot of work to go. We're only like a quarter of the way through. Like, we still have at least another, I would say at least another 25, 30 frames that we still have to do. Let me check our, stuff. Let me see. That's a good raid message. I like that. That's a good one. I'm gonna just check to see if we have enough, because I don't want to, like, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to look like I'm just doing clout here. You know what I mean? I don't want to have that going on. Okay, but yeah, we're fine. We're chilling. I don't think he'll care. Alright, y'all. I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. As a little final thing, in case you're wondering the music I'm playing right now, we can go find that there. I'm thinking about it. It'd be funny. It would help his algorithm, too. Well, you might not be asleep during this one, then. But yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I don't think you care too much. Alright, y'all. I think it's time for me to go ahead and wrap up. So, thank you for stopping by for this little bonus. I might start doing this. It's nice to have some company while doing this grindy stuff. I'm not sure if it's follower only. I don't think so. I don't remember. It might be. Hello, Sylvie Chan. Welcome to stream. Unfortunately, though, we are ending for tonight. We're probably gonna come back to this, though, to be honest, because, well, we've still got some work to do. And thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. Alright, y'all. We're gonna go ahead. Well, actually, hold on. I have 2 people, though. I don't know anything about that game. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. So thank you all for stopping by. I do hope you, enjoyed tonight's little bonus. We'll keep, I think Odin's too high. Yeah, oh, 100. not 100. Almost 100? Yeah. That's a little up there for this. With that said, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. As for regular streams, I will be back probably sometime next week, maybe Monday or Tuesday. I'm not really sure yet. We'll be back. With that said, everyone, have a great rest of your night. Or day at this point.